The 2014 Silverado is new from bumper to hitch. Chevrolet flew us down to San Antonio for a first look at the new truck.
So GM sent us down to Texas to take a look at the 2014 Chevy Silverado. And right now they're going to get to see me try and back up a pickup truck with a horse trailer behind it. But there are no horses in it for obvious reasons.
My skills at backing up a horse trailer are limited at best, which is probably why the wise folks at GM decided to leave both Trigger and Mr. Ed safely in the stable. But speaking of stable, in addition to vehicle stability control, the 2014 Silverado also has trailer sway control, which helps keep whatever you're towing going in the same direction as your truck.
Well, the 2014 Silverado is all new from hood to hitch. Everything has really been touched. Most impressive probably is the powertrain. We have the new Ecotec 3 family of engines that are available. Anything from a V6, 4.3 liter V6 to a 5.3 liter V8, which is the most popular engine on this model. And then later in the year we're going to have the 6.2 liter V8 as well available.
The sound dampening inside the Silverado was amazing. While on the outside, the empty horse trailer being towed along bumpy roads sounded like an angry spouse emptying the dishwasher, the inside of the cabin remained serene. The six-cylinder version of the crew cab we drove had plenty of options, but one thing it lacked was a telescoping steering wheel.
In the lower trim level of the Silverado that we drove earlier today, I could not get comfortable. Reason was the steering wheel tilted, but it didn't telescope. In this higher trim level, it telescopes. May not sound like a big deal, but if you're sitting behind the wheel all day, if you're using this as a work truck, it'll be a big deal.
The center armrest is designed to double as a desk of sorts. You can even plug in your laptop so it can charge, but don't even think about running anything heavy duty. The 110 outlet maxes out at 125 watts, so no blender, microwave, or coffee maker. The interior of the Silverado has all the creature comforts you'd expect in a luxury car at this price point, but one of the designers pointed out that they used wood trim and brightwork sparingly because they thought it should still look like a truck inside, not a Bentley.
Trucks used to be just a daytime use for work, but people now are using them not just 9 to 5, but after work, using it 5 to 9 in the evening, and using it for recreational activities, hauling the family around, going out to dinner in nice places, and you want to have something that you feel comfortable with and has the amenities that you'd like. The interiors of these trucks have been upgraded so dramatically, you really feel like you're in a premium car.
That said, all I really care about is that they left me some knobs. Apparently, I'm not alone. GM research says their focus groups wanted certain analog touches in this digital world. I'm just happy I can turn off the radio quickly when that Cars for Kids commercial comes on or that woman who keeps falling in her kitchen. Chevrolet is particularly proud of the entertainment system in the Silverado.
We've got this 8-inch touchscreen here. It's a color touchscreen, and it's got these large icons with audio, phone, nav, and settings. And what's really cool is that those features are also in my driver information center that is right in front of me right now. So, it really is good, so I'm not taking my eyes off the road. The screen's right here in front of me, so I can get to audio, phone, and navigation just through this 4.2-inch display too by using these steering wheel controls.
With satellite radio and your MP3 player, you can keep your playlist playing even on the most remote parts of your property. The automatic setting for the four-wheel drive system worked perfectly on almost all terrain. I only had to switch to four-wheel low on a few especially challenging areas of the ranch. GM is touting their new rotors on the Silverado, which they call Duralife rotors.
Duralife rotor is the name that we put on this coating, or it's a treatment, a metallurgical treatment that we do to the rotors. It's ferritic nitrocarburizing. That's a GM exclusive patent, and it resists corrosion on the rotors. So a lot of times when you're looking through wheels, if they have open spokes, you're looking in there and you can see some rust. You no longer will see that on these trucks. And it also can double your rotor life.
Under the category of it really is the little things that matter, the rear doors in the crew cab of the 2014 Silverado are wider at the base to leave more footroom for people getting in and out. Also, the Silverado has an integrated step in the side of the rear bumper to make it easier for you to grab onto something in the bed. Interestingly, the engineers say that Having a bed cover has a big impact on gas mileage because it reduces drag. A lip under the front bumper helps to reduce air turbulence under the vehicle and therefore increase mileage when driving on the highway. Fuel economy on both the 6-cylinder and the 8-cylinder Silverado is improved by GM's cylinder deactivation system.
Active fuel management is what we call it, and it shuts off certain cylinders that are not needed when you're under a low load condition. So on a V8, it will shut off 4 of the cylinders and run in 4-cylinder mode to give you better fuel economy when just cruising along steady speed on the highway. And as soon as you need any extra power, instantaneously it comes right back to you again. You get all the extra 4 cylinders coming in and full performance. On the V6 engine, it will go from V6 mode down to 4-cylinder mode for fuel savings.
We found the process to be seamless. There was no shudder when half the engine shut down and no delay when it powered back up. Engineers had a long and complicated explanation for how all of this works, but somewhere in there was the reason why the engine doesn't completely shut off at stoplights instead of idling, as it does on some other modern vehicles. Chevrolet expects 60% of Silverado sales to be the crew cab variation, 25 to 30% double cab, and just 10 or 15% to be the regular cab. The Silverado is only available with an automatic transmission, but it's available with a manual in Mexico. Because this is just a first look at the truck, we don't have a 0 to 60 rating, but it seemed to have plenty of power. The 4.3-liter aluminum block V6 generates 285 horsepower with 305 pound-feet of torque. The maximum towing capability is 11,400 pounds. The base price for the LT is a little over $34,000. The price as tested was about $43,000. The Silverado 1500 LTZ Z71 Crew Cab 4-wheel drive with a 5.3-liter aluminum block V8 generates 355 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque. The maximum towing on that model is 11,500 pounds. The EPA estimated fuel economy on the 8-cylinder is 16 miles per gallon in the city and 22 on the highway. The base price for the LTZ Z71 was a little over $43,000. Options on our test vehicle included the power sunroof, navigation, heated and cooled front seats, lane departure warning, forward collision alert, front and rear park assist, and the safety alert seat that vibrates its warnings. The total price as tested for the 2014 Chevy Silverado was about $51,000. In San Antonio, Texas, I'm Grant Winter reporting for Real World Test Drive.